I woke up this morning with the children on my mind, the children on my mind. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All rise, face the east, feet at the 90 degrees, 45 on each side, 5 fingers on the left, 2 on the right. Repeat the Morse American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through His holy prophet.
Through His holy prophet.
Through Ali.
Through Ali.
Amen.
Amen.
Remain standing. We rise and give praise to Allah.
Rise and praise to Allah.
Father of the universe.
Father of the universe.
Give honor to the prophet Nabi Ali.
Give honor to the prophet Nabi Ali.
Last prophet of the days and time.
Last prophet of these days and time.
And the founder of the Moorish Science of America.
And the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Give honor to all the prophets of Allah.
Give honor to all the prophets of Allah.
Jesus. Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Buddha. And Confucius. Etc.
Etc.
Give honor to the harbinger of the prophet Nabi Ali.
Give honor to the harbinger of the prophet Nabi Ali.
Brother Marcus Mozart God.
Brother Marcus Mozart.
Give honor to the pastor, Greenband advisor, and moderator, Moorish Science of America.
Give honor to the pastor, Greenband advisor, and moderator, of Moorish Science of America.
Brother C. Kirkman Bay.
Brother C. Kirkman Bay.
Brother F. Nelson Bay.
Brother F. Nelson Bay.
Brother J. Blakely Bay.
Brother J. Blakely Bay.
Give honor to the pastor and Sheikah moderator, Moorish Science of America.
Give honor to the pastor and Sheikah moderator, Moorish Science of America.
Brother Arlo E.
Brother Arlo E.
Give honor to the president Grand Sheikah moderator, Moorish Science of America.
Give honor to the president and Sheikah moderator, Moorish Science of America.
Brother R. Jones Bay.
Brother R. Jones Bay.
And to the assistant.
And to the assistant.
Brother A. Hopkins Bay.
Brother A. Hopkins Bay.
Give honor to all national officials.
Give honor to all national officials.
All state officials.
All state officials.
All local officials.
All local officials.
Give honor to our Grand Governor Assistant.
Give honor to all Grand Governor Assistants.
And all Grand Sheikah Assistants.
And all Grand Sheikah Assistants.
Give honor to the Grand Governor of the State of New York.
Give honor to the Grand Governor of the State of New York.
Brother D. Clark Hill.
Brother D. Clark Hill.
And to the assistant.
And to the assistant.
Brother Hay Gaynor Hill.
Brother A. Gaines.
Give honor to the Grand Sheikah Temple number 34.
Give honor to the Grand Sheikah Temple number 34.
Brother W. Clendenin Bay.
Brother W. Clendenin Bay.
And to the assistant.
To the assistant.
Sister C. Seals here.
Sister C. Seals here.
Give honor to the Grand Sheikah Emeritus.
Give honor to the Grand Sheikah Emeritus.
Sister E. German Bay.
Sister E. German Bay.
Give honor to our two flags.
Give honor to our two
The
flags.
American flag.
The American
And
flag.
the Moorish flag.
And the Moorish flag.
Give honor to our charter.
Give honor to our charter.
To the 10 wonders and mysteries of the world.
To the 10 wonders and mysteries of the world.
Which gives us the right to Islam in America without molestation.
Which gives us the right to teach Islam in America without molestation.
Give honor to the divine constitution and bylaws.
Give honor to the divine constitution and bylaws.
Questionnaire additional laws.
Questionnaire additional laws.
The Holy Quran and Moorish Science of America.
The Holy Quran and Moorish Science of
Moorish
America.
literature.
Moorish literature.
Humanity pamphlet.
Humanity pamphlet.
All the literature and the instruction of the prophet brought for the listening upon humanity.
And all the literature and instructions of the prophet for the humanity.
Give honor to our members.
Give honor to all members.
Give honor to everyone who's working for the uplifting of all humanity.
Give honor to everyone who's working for the uplifting of all humanity.
Peace. Islam.
Islam.
I read the laws of the Moorish Science of America. Star of the Crescent, salvation, all-seeing eye, our God, handpress unity. The Mormon Science of America, divine constitution and bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheik and the chairman of the Mormon Science of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the prophet of the grand body of the Mormon Science of America. The Sister Grand Sheik in all affairs. If he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and is known before the members of the Mormon Science of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on the Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on the Friday the first man departed out of flesh, and on Sunday down to his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Mormon Science of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion or harm that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are part and parcel of the government and must live their life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Mormon Science of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us all members must proclaim their nationality, and we're teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they're part and parcel of this said government, and know that they're not Negroes, color folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and last another 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Jew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and parcel of all other thing acts of the Moorish Science of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science of America. Then you're entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of their household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting upon humanity. All Moorish Americans keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from your holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali, through the gospel of his Father God Allah. Noble Jew Ali, the founder of Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, to follow love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Jew Ali. Amen. Let's read the 7 acts of divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Science of America. And I go to the great meeting is on Koran questions for Moorish American, page 7. Questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish American by the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. Act 1. Grand Sheiks and governors and heads of all temple or businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. Before acting upon by any members, let it be finance property or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice finance, etc., that will cause support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc., by the prophet or the Grand Sheik. Act 2. All members are to attend the ad-hoc meetings and the public meeting promptly. If a member is found standing around the meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he'll be fined $1, which goes to your emergency fund. If members working his monthly dues must be paid. And if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe as much as he's able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he's able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he's an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must get you. Let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I have the power invested in my hands, I would have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radically against the church or any member of any organized because we're to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school. And the children must confirm, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire, and let every member exercise his 5 senses who's able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guiders of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government, and know that they're not Negroes, color folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained over Jew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish remember the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa, except all members must promptly attend the meetings and become a part and parcel of all opposing acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you're entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of their lifting of foreign humanity. All Moorish members must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine comes from your holy prophet, Jew Ali, to the guidance of his father, God Allah. Thus I read the 7 acts of the questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish American by the prophet, Noble Jew Ali. Announcing the intentions of the Holy Koran and Moorish Science of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Jew Ali, by the guidance of his father, God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his father, God Allah. Going to the new chapter. Going to the new chapter. On page 26. Divine instruction from the Holy Prophet, chapter 17. Jesus appears, fully materialized before Apollo and the Silent Brotherhood in Greece. Appears to Claudius and Julius on the Tiber near Rome. Appeared to the priests in the Egyptian temple of Heliopolis. Apollo, with the Silent Brotherhood of Greece, was sitting in the Delphian Grove. The oracle has spoken loud and long. The priests were in the sanctuary, and as they looked, the oracle became a blaze of light. It seemed to be on fire and all-consuming. The priest was filled with fear. They said a great disaster is to come. Our gods are mad. They have destroyed our oracle. But when the flame had spent themselves, a man stood upon the oracle pedestal and said, Allah speaks to man, not by an oracle of wood and gold, but by the voice of man. The gods have spoken to the Greeks in kindred tongue through image made by man, but Allah, the one, now speaks to man through Jesus, the only Son, who was and is and evermore will be. This oracle will fail. The living oracle of Allah, the one, will not fail. Apollo knew the man who spoke. He knew it was a Nazarene who once had taught the wise men in the Acropolis and had rebuked the idol worshippers upon the Athens beach. And in a moment, Jesus stood before Apollo and the Silent Brotherhood and said, Behold, for I have risen from the dead with gifts for men. I bring to you the title of your vast estate. All power in heaven and earth is mine. To you I give all power in heaven and earth. Go forth and teach the nation of the earth the gospel of the resurrection of the dead and eternal life through Jesus, the love of Allah made manifest to men. And then he clasped Apollo's hand and said, my flesh was changed to a higher form by love divine, and I can manifest in flesh or in higher plane of life at will. What I can do, all men can do. Go teach the gospel of the omnipotence of man. Then Jesus disappeared with grief and grief, and all the nation heard. Claudius and Juliet, his wife, lived on the Palatine in Rome, and they were the servants of Tiberius. But they had been in Galilee, had walked with Jesus by the sea, had heard his words, and seen his power, and they believed that he was Jesus made manifest. Now Claudius and his wife were on the Tiber in a little boat. A storm swept from the sea, and the boat was wrecked, and Claudius and his wife were sinking down to death. And Jesus came and took them by the hand and said, Claudius and Juliet, arise and walk with me upon the wave. And they arose and walked with him upon the wave. 1,000 people saw 3 walk on the wave and saw them reach the land, and they were amazed. And Jesus said, you men of Rome, I am the resurrection of the life. They that are dead shall live, and many that shall live will never die. By mouth of gods and demigods, Allah spoke unto your father long ago. But now he speaks to you through perfect man. He sent his son, Jesus, in human flesh to save the world. And as I have lifted from the watering grave and saved these servants of Tiberius, so Jesus will lift the sons and daughters of the human race, yea, every one of them, from darkness and from grave of carnal things to light and everlasting life. I am the manifest of love raised from the dead. Behold, my hands, my feet, my sides, which carnal men have pierced. Claudius and Juliet, who I have saved from death, are my ambassadors to Rome. And they will point the way and teach the gospel of the Holy Grail and the resurrection of the dead. And that was all he said. But Rome and all of Italy heard. The priests of Eliapolis were in their temple meant to celebrate the resurrection of their brother Nazarite. They knew that he had risen from the dead. The Nazarite appeared and stood upon the sacred pedestal on which no man had ever stood. This was an honor that had been reserved to him who first would demonstrate the resurrection of the dead. And Jesus stood upon the sacred pedestal. The master stood and said, All hail! The great bells of the temple rang, and all the temple was ablaze with light. And Jesus said, All honor to the masters of the temple of the sun. In flesh of man, there is the essence of the resurrection of the dead. This essence, quickened by the Holy Grail, will raise the substance of the body to a higher tone. I make it like the substance of the body of the plains above, which human eyes cannot behold. There is a holy ministry in death. The essence of the body cannot be quickened by the Holy Grail until the fix is solved. The body must disintegrate, and this is death. And then upon the pliant substances, Allah breathed, just as he breathed upon the chaos of the deep when the world was formed. And life springs forth from death. The carnal form is changed to form divine. The will of man makes possible the action of the Holy Grail. When the will of man and the will of Allah are one, the resurrection is a fact. In this, we have the chemistry of mortal life, the ministry of death, the mystery of the deific life. My human form was boldly given to bring my will to tune with the deific will. When this was done, my earth tasks all were done. And you, my brother, know full well the foes I had to meet. You know about my victories in Gethsemane and my trials upon them, and my trials in the course of men, my death upon the cross. You know that all my life was one great drama for the sons of men, a pattern for the sons of men. Have lived to show the possibility of man. What I've done, all men can do, and what I am, all men shall be. The massive look, the form upon the sacred pedestal have gone, with every temple, priest, and every living creature, said, Praise Allah. Let's read the entire chapter of the Divine Instruction on the Holy Prophet, chapter 17. Jesus appears, fully materialized before Apollo and the Silent Brotherhood in Greece, appeared to Claudius and Juliet on the Tiber in Rome, appears to the priest in the Egyptian temple of Heliopolis. The fallen sons and daughters of Asiatic nation in North America need to learn to love and steady hate. To know their higher self and lower self. They uniting on the Holy Koran and Mecca for teaching instruction on Moorish American, etc. from the Holy Koran and Moorish Science of America. Know yourself and your Father God Allah, that you may learn to love and steady hate. Every man needs to worship on his own vine and be united in age. I leave now open upon the prophet's law. I'd like to be glad to be here with my brothers and sisters and all those online. Praise Allah for allowing us the opportunity to come together and extend it to learn into the great prophet of Allah in America. We want to remind the Moors on Zoom that they like they're in the temple. So we give that kind of courtesy and respect. If you want to say something, just raise your hand and the instructor will recognize you and allow you to see those things that we need to know and the things that we need to hear and the things that we want to help. Because it's all about helping uplifting quality humanity. That's what we're taught. So we want to be able to look at ourselves, be ourselves, and know ourselves and study ourselves. Because we want to imitate the prophet in word, work, and deed. At this time, I'd like to call our grand chief, who is our Sunday school instructor, that he may come and conduct our class.
Islam, Muslim, Islam. Just saying the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslim, Islam. I for independence. That's for our salvation. Help me love for everyone, all over the nation. And for Allah the Father of the universe. And for Moorish Americans and Muslims who try us. ISLAM. Islam, Muslim, Islam. Just saying the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslim, Islam. Lifted fallen humanity. Noble Drew Ali. You open our minds and eyes to see. The reason for unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America is where we learn the truth. The brothers and sisters should all attend. Be sure to bring the youth. ISLAM. Islam, Muslim, Islam. Just saying the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslims, Islam. Islam, Moorish American.
Islam.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah.
Another Koran class the day before the 17th.
That's right.
Brother Brockenberry Bay, Islam all.
Is
Islam. What is the 17th of March in the Moorish Science of America?
it's Noble Drew Ali's birthday.
And
Hello?
come on. When's the prophet's birthday?
I'm sorry, hold on, my phone. Okay, all right, yes, I was saying
Right.
it was Noble Drew Ali's birthday.
The prophet's birthday is January 8th. So you get
No,
your little
I was
cell
wrong.
phone.
Apologize.
You
My
make a
apologies.
little note, cell phone, no problem. March 17th is Tag Day. Tag Day. You want to put that tag up there for me? Tag Day.
Tag Day.
You ever heard of Tag Day?
No, I haven't.
All right, we're going to show you a tag in a second. You see that? You see that, Brother Rockenberg?
Yes, I do.
All right. So all the more, we're going to talk about that later. So praise Allah. Well, I got a few questions for you, Brother Rockenberry Bay. All right. You want to give praise and honor first, real quick?
Yes, I do. 1 second. Had to step out the road for a second. 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. Oops. All right. I can y'all hear me? Yes, I rise and give praise to Allah, the Father of the universe. I like to give honors to His Prophet, to Ali. I like to give honors to His forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey, and I like to give honors to the sheiks, the Grand Sheik. Also like to give honors to everyone there who's in attendance and everything pertaining to Islam.
All right. Praise Allah. That was pretty good. Pretty good. Brother Laudio, you want to open up that door? Let us get a little air in, a little fresh air. Brother Brockenberry Bay, how many of the questions, 101 questions, do you know by heart, the answers?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell you off how many I know off top, but I know. I mean, it's been discussed in my household, and we talk about it almost every day. As far as just certain questions that just keep coming up. So I mean, I'm ready to take. I'm ready for the test.
All right. So I like the way you said your household. So you got your queen, you got the baby, right?
Yes,
That's your household there?
that's my household and my mother-in-law, but she is. She's not. We're not discussing those things.
No, but that's part of your household. My mother-in-law lives with me.
Yeah, she's a part of the household.
Now, who's the king of the house?
I am.
That's right. That's right. So if the king ain't right, I don't know how the house gonna be right, right? The prophet told us to get our house in order, right?
Right.
So that's your responsibility, right?
That's correct.
You're a young man growing up, and we got these responsibilities. Sometimes we take our responsibility when we're not ready, but that's not gonna stop us from getting ready, right?
That's correct.
So the head of the household. Who made you?
Allah.
Who is Allah?
Allah is the Father of the universe.
Can we see him?
No.
What is our religion?
Our religion is Islamism.
Islamism, which is our holy day.
Friday.
At what age did Jesus begin to teach?
The age of 13.
Age of 12.
Age 12. I was about to say 12. I'm sorry. My apologies.
How many cells are there?
What was the next question? I'm sorry.
How many cells are there?
2.
Name them.
Higher self and lower self.
All right, praise Allah. You keep on being honest and you keep on working at it. All right?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Praise Allah. Once we need the household to be together, remember the basic unit, right, Brother Laudio, in the nation is the family. That's Serrano Bay family, right? Ferguson Neal family, Jordan Neal family, Laudio family, Splitfield family. The lover used to say if there's one Moorish American in your family's blessed, right? So we gotta try to hold it down for Sister M. Serrano Bay. Come on, I got a new chair for you right up front. See, in the classroom, the teacher always can tell who sits in the front and who sits in the back. You can have a seat right there in the back. I got your Holy Koran. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Yeah. All right, I got a couple questions for you. Okay. Islam? You want to stand up? Yes. Show us how you stand on your square. All right, say Islam. Islam. All right, who made you? Allah. Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. This is serious business. Remember Hervé told us that? Yeah. It's serious business, right? This is holy business, divine business, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
What is our religion?
Islam.
You said, yes, sir. I like that. I like that. The musti's like that back there, all right? That's that musty in you. Who was Jesus?
So
He was?
he was the prophet of Allah.
Uh-huh. All right. All right. Where's the Moroccan Empire? Uh-huh. You got to read lips, see? Northwest of Mexico. All right. You've been studying?
Yeah.
You've been studying? All right, let me have your number. At what age did you begin to teach?
He was beginning to teach
At the age of 12.
at the age of 12.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna leave you there. How many cells are there?
2.
Is that a new dance? What are we doing?
No, that was not a thing.
Okay, I like your star on your shirt. What do the 5 points
Yes,
represent?
sir.
Love,
Love,
truth.
peace, freedom, and justice.
Thank you.
Praise the
Thank
Lord.
you.
Thank you.
You know, thank you so much. You know, we were talking, I was talking to my bonus daughter.
What? You have a bonus
You
daughter?
have a seat. Yes, thank you. Yes.
What's your bonus daughter?
Her name is Nadia, and you met her before. Okay? And I was talking about psychology and the development of child psychology and people developing. Right? So now we've all had a witness to see Sister Michaela.
Mhm.
I think everyone in this room probably seen that sister from when she was a baby.
That's right.
Right?
Mhm.
So now she's at that 7, you know, so they're past the kindergarten stage. Now they're joking and playing, right? But you know the stage, right? You know, 7, 8, 9, you know, they want to play with you, talk back, be smart, you know, all that kind of stuff. So Sister Michaela.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, yeah. So it takes a village to help. So we're gonna help out Brother Serrano Bay, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. All right, thank you so much. Let's get to Brother Chairman.
Islam.
Brother Chairman gotta go. All right. Brother Brockenberry Bay, you still with me?
Yes, I'm still here.
Well, how many questions you think the Brother Chairman knows?
I'd say all of them. Or about
Why-
90%.
Why would you say that?
Brother, the chairman, I would say that
Yeah.
because to get to that position, you would have to have fortified certain elements of the Moorish Science Temple. Like you would have to know things.
Did you hear that, Brother Smith there?
I do.
To be the chairman,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be fortified.
No.
You gotta know things. Let's see if you're gonna stand behind the podium and someone come off the street, Brother Jordan Hill. He's seeing this man behind the podium, like he must know things. I see Brother Serrano Bay sitting there, Brother Canetta Bay, and this Moore's in the front. He's the one opening up. He must know things, Brother Lord Hill.
No.
Islam. Give me a number from 1 to 101, Brother Lord Hill.
I don't know why. 12.
12, Brother Chairman.
Islam.
Yeah, number 12, Brother Lord Hill Special. All right. What is his nationality?
Moorish hyphenated American.
What is your nationality?
Moorish hyphenated American.
See, he done joined Temple 54 now. All right, it's okay, it's okay. We still love you. Why are we Moorish hyphen Americans?
Because we're descendants of
Moroccans
Moroccans
born in America.
Oh,
For what purpose was the Moorish Science of America founded?
for the uplifting of fallen humanity.
Tell me 8 symbols on the charter.
8.
Figure number 1,
Fez,
it says,
The turban.
the lion and the lamb,
2.
the sphinx,
Sphinx, 3.
the prophet and fire,
Prophet Ali, 4.
uh,
4 more to go.
all seeing eye,
All seeing eye, 5. 3 to go.
and circle 7.
Circle 7, 2 to go. What did he miss?
2.
2 to go. 2 to go before all together.
Camel,
Camel,
endurance, yeah.
Hondurans. 1 to go.
Sorry. That'll give me a sound degree.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. That's
Praise
what
Allah. That helped me out. Thank you so much, Brother Chairman. Thank you, thank you. Let's go with Brother Kid Bay. I think I saw Brother Kid Bay online. Islam, Brother Kid Bay.
Islam.
Islam. Praise Allah. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I'm on a Sunday school call, so it's a good day.
Praise Allah. What kind of flag is the Moorish?
It is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center.
How old is our flag?
It's over 10,000
It is over
years.
10,000 years old.
What is truth?
Truth is odd.
What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden?
Mecca.
Nothing.
Did Jesus say that he would return to conquer him?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Peace. Sister M surrounded by Islam.
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 Sir.
Islam. How many acts in the divine constitution and Bible? How many acts? Chairman reads it every meeting.
7.
Islam. Correct the mundo. Thank you. Peace. We're going to have you participate during the class. We don't want you to get bored, do we? Right? So now you have to think about this. Look around you. How many children do you see in here?
0.
Huh?
0.
So who has to represent all the children? You got to represent. And how many sisters do you see in here?
0.
So who's representing the sisters?
Me.
That's right.
Praise Allah.
All right? So you got to represent. All right, so you got to turn around. So you got to turn around, show us what you got. You got to put your arm, say Islam, brother, Spalding Bay.
There's too many boys in here,
Too
not
many?
enough girls.
I know. I got you. You want to say Islam, brother, Spalding Bay? Islam. All right. Praise Allah. Sister Michaela, let's turn around and be respectful, okay? And your father's right there, okay? All right. There's all kind of children in this world. I remember years ago, I asked Sister Jefferson Hill about raising children. I was a young father, about your father's age, a little younger. And 2, little boy and a little girl. And you don't want to spank your children, right? You don't want to. So I asked her, I said, well, how do you, she said, each child is different. You have to figure out, she's like almost 90 years old, telling me, you have to figure out what kind of child you have first. You got to figure that out. And there was a difference between Marcus and Sylvia. Marcus, I would give him that look. You know that look what's around there? I would give him that look. And if Marcus saw my face, I was upset or so. He was upset with himself and was like almost gonna cry. Like I didn't have to spank him. I just looked at him a certain way. And he was straight and right out. Sylvia, she was different. She would try me, you know what I'm saying, Michaela? She wouldn't listen to me. I give her the look. I tell her to turn around. She wouldn't turn around. She kept on trying me. Till one day, we was at the temple in Connecticut. And I remember she had on these stockings with the frills in it and everything, with the nice little lace dress and everything.
What's a frill?
A frill, well, they had these stockings and in the back they had like this fluffy frills little girls used to wear.
I don't know where that.
All right, so what happened is she was messing around, right, brother, Sister Michaela?
Yeah.
And you know I had to straighten her out. You know what I had to do?
What?
I told her in front of all the Moors, I said, I'm gonna have to go talk to my daughter in the car because she thought that I wouldn't spank her in front of all the Moors, and she was correct. But she didn't realize I could take her outside the temple. And then it's just me and her. You know what I'm saying? And then you understand who's the parent and who's the child. Okay? So that's a lesson that a lot of children got to learn. So I don't know how long you have to learn your lessons, but all your uncles are going to be here to help you out. All right. Let us go back. Brother Chairman, you answered question. Let's go to the assistant chairman.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're in that funny stage. I got
something.
Yes, sir?
Yes.
All right, we'll get to Sister C. Seals Hill in a second. We're dealing with Brother Serrano Bay, Islam, Sister Michaela. Why don't you ask me which question should I start out with, Brother Serrano Bay? From 1 to 101. Start with 101? All right, I'll start with him going backwards. Very good. I like the way you said. All right. Brother Serrano Bay, according to science, how many days in a year?
7 days.
How many days are in the creation?
7 days.
How many days are in the circle?
7 days.
What is Elohim sometimes called?
7 eyes of Allah.
Who is Elohim?
The 7 creative spirits that create.
Elohim is?
Elohim is the 7 creative spirits that create everything that ever was, is, and never wants to be.
Who made the devil?
Elohim.
Is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah?
No. He's a shadow of Allah, so others will pass away.
To whom refers time as being the great God?
Love.
Will you define the word white?
White means purity, purity means God, God means the ruler of the land.
What title does Satan give himself?
God.
Why?
Because man is made in the image and after the likeness of God Allah.
Can a man be a Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian?
No.
What does Ethiopia mean?
Ethiopia means something divided.
What does the word colored mean?
Color means anything that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed.
What is meant by the word black?
Black, according to science, means that
Negro.
a river given to a river in West Africa. A name given to a river in West Africa by Moses because it contains black water.
Can the highest self pass away?
No.
How many cells are there?
2.
Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels?
Yes, we all have the same father and mother.
Where did they go?
They went to Egypt.
Peace.
Peace.
Praise all. Sister Seals Hill. Islam, sister. Sister Grand Chikas.
My mom?
Yeah, it's like your mom is peeking through the window as you at school. And she's singing. Yes, Islam.
Wow.
Yes, Islam. Sister Seals Hill.
Hey, it's mom.
Islam, sister.
Praise Allah and honors to our prophet and honors to everything that our opening chairman gave honors to. I just was going to say great work. Thanks for including Sister M. Serrano Bay into these assignments. Sunday school is definitely important and it's great to have the support. I was going to say, I also need to remind the Moors, I have a system running, right? And so even though we got good ideas, we still got to make sure we keep the same consistency and pattern. So usually it's okay for her to express her feelings, but understanding the time and the place to do so, right? It's okay to have emotions and thoughts, but there is an order here, right? And so that constant reminder of the order of Sunday school, who gets to speak, when you get to speak. And I think that is always great to have it resounded, because even coming in as a member, that was something that I found helpful that I remember being, done at a point, just the order, making sure that it's a reminded thing. And I value what you all are doing. So may Allah continue to bless you all in this beautiful Sunday school. Peace.
All right. Well, wait a minute, sister. You got a few questions. All right.
Oh, you mean 2.
All right. Sister Seals here. At what age did Jesus begin to teach?
I'm here at the doctor's at the age of 12.
Where did he teach?
India, Africa, and Europe.
Name a place in India.
Harissa,
Name a place in Africa.
Ethiopia, Egypt,
All right. And a place in Europe.
Greece.
All right. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well.
All right, sister. Islam.
Islam. Rise, giving praises to Allah, to the Prophet, and everything that pertains to Islam. Peace.
Peace. Please fill in the blanks. The Grand Sheik and the blank of the Moorish Scientific Americans are power to make law and enforce laws.
With the assistance.
The Grand Sheik and the
Act 1. The Grand Sheik and
Grand Sheik and the, that's the blank.
Grand Sheik and the assistant. No, the Grand Sheik and the chairman.
Grand Sheik and the chairman. Fill in the blank. All meetings are to be open and closed blank according to Circle 7.
According to the Circle
Open.
7. Open and closed according to Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Open and closed promptly.
Open and closed promptly.
Okay.
What does the word colored mean?
Color means something that's been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed.
Anything that has been, all right? Can the higher self pass away?
No,
How many cells are there?
2.
What were the last words Jesus uttered?
It is finished.
How many days in a circle?
7 days.
All right, praise Allah, praise Allah, praise Allah. Any questions? Any more got any questions? Brother Smithiel is gonna pull up on a screen something about tag day. We mentioned Brother Rockenberry Bay, we showed the tag. We have some information. Sister M. Serrano Bay, Islam.
Yes, sir.
Islam. I'd like you to read something from the Koran for us as the brother's pulling up the information. If you could hold your Koran, let's go to page 3.
Okay,
Thank
page
you.
3.
Page
yes,
3.
sir.
All right. Thank you. Now, Brother Clendenime, can you say Brother Clendenime?
Brother Clinton.
All right. Praise Allah. You want to stand up on your square? All right, page 3. All right, let's see how that reading's going. All right.
Know myself
The
and
divine,
thy
look at
Father
the top of
God.
the page. Divine instructions from the Holy Prophet 3. Okay, go ahead. Stand up. Know thyself.
Know thyself and thy Father God.
I can a little louder. My construction is I need louder. Yeah, one more time, loud, real
The
loud.
microphone. The microphone.
No, you don't need a microphone. But go ahead.
Know thyself and thy Father God, Allah.
Go ahead. The
The
genealogy.
genealogy of Jesus with 18 years of the events, life, works, and teaching in
Little louder.
India, Europe, and Africa. These events
Occurred.
occurred before he was 30 years of age. These secret lessons are for all those who love Jesus and desire to know about his life, works, and teaching.
Okay, stop there for now. I'm gonna come back to you to finish up. Okay.
Okay.
All right, have a seat. Thank you so much, Brother Smithiel. He's gonna put up some information about Tag Day. All right. Now, this information in there, the sister said, the prophet said. So I'm not sure about that part. I know that Brother Blakely Bay said. Now I know it happened in the winter time of 1929. So the prophet was still with us. He passed. When did the prophet pass, Brother Lordio?
Islam. That one.
All right, Brother Jordan, will help a brother out. When did the prophet pass?
1929.
All right, and the date, Brother Spalding Bay.
So July 20, 1929.
That's right, our authority day. You won't forget that. All right, Brother Serrano.
I'll definitely come back. That black seat only for $2 a pop. Can't be definitely. You got it? Yes.
Just to add some little season that his funeral was July 25th.
5 days later? July 25th. Thank you. And I think in one of the pictures that appeared in the Chicago Defender, they had a caption talk about Brother Payneal, Aaron Payneal, the second Supreme Grand Business Manager. So a lot of the Moors say, well, the prophet disbanded the Supreme Grand Council. I don't know exactly. I've never seen that exactly in wording, but and this is one of the things that we're going to be talking about when we talk about trying to Project 2025 and moving more science America forward. The supreme body, the Supreme Grand Council. I think we need clarity on that, Brother Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So, going forward, we have the children trying to bring up the same thoughts. What happened to the Supreme Grand Sheikh, Supreme Grand Governor, the prophet was the Supreme Grand Chairman, Lord Green was Supreme Grand Business Manager. And then had these titles, and what was there? Huh? Supreme Grand Historian, like what were their scope? Right? Sister Steele's here, right? SOPs. What was they supposed to be doing? What was under their titles as far as taking care of business? All right, Brother Smithfield is going to read for us. This came from our National Sisters Auxiliary Chairman, Islam, Sister M. Serrano Bay. Islam, stand up for me again.
Islam.
Islam.
Say, can you say Sisters Auxiliary?
Sister Auxiliary.
The national chairman.
The national chairman.
Sister
Sister
N.
N.
Johnson Bay.
Johnson Bay.
All right, now the brother can read. All right, have a seat. Thank you so much.
Islam.
Islam.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, it's all out. Islam reads from the chairman of the Sisters Auxiliary, Sister N. Johnson Bay. Islam Moorish family, this March 17th will be the 96th anniversary of recognizing and celebrating one of our own Moorish holidays. This article is to remind us of why we celebrate this day by remembering the symbolic meaning of the tag and the history of how this Moorish holiday originated. Moorish Tag Day is celebrated annually on March 17th of each year by temples throughout the Moorish Science Temple of America. Moors will wear the traditional tag as they come together to celebrate. Symbolic meaning of the tag. Prophet Noble Ali informed the Moors that the heart means love, dear to the next person, or just plain goodness to all mankind. The color green means life everlasting. In the center of the heart is a 5-pointed green star pointed at the word Unis, which means peace and unity among Moorish Americans. This information was passed along by Brother J. Blakey Bay, 3rd Supreme Grand Advisor at the Amnesty of Bay. He joined the Amnesty of Bay directly under Prophet Noble Ali, founder. History of Tag Day. The first Tag Day celebration was hosted by the Sisters Auxiliary of Temple No. 1, Chicago, Illinois. They were dedicated sisters who endeavored to support the Holy and Divine Prophet and his movement. The Moorish Guide article of 1929 reads, the first Moorish Nation Tag Day will be celebrated by Temple No. 1, Chicago, from March 17th to the 29th. The tags will be sold within the temples prior to and after each meeting held between the above dates. The nominal price will be 10 cents. All subordinate temples will receive a sample tag to the idea so that the idea may be passed along to them for their consideration. This tag will be held under the auspices of the Moorish National Sisters Auxiliary. There will also be a week of sacrifice. This will be celebrated a week before the return of the Prophet from his tour around to the temples. For a whole week, members will drop as much money as they can spare into a box. Upon his return, the box will be presented to him for the uplifting fund for fallen humanity. Sister Levine Eel, President, Sister Rhodes Eel, Recording Secretary, Temple No. 1, Chicago, March 17, 1929. The wording of the above article is verbatim as it appeared in the 1929 Moorish Guide. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Your Moorish National Sisters Auxiliary Officials, 2024 to 2025.
Praise Allah.
Praise
And if
Allah.
you could put the tag back up for a second. So we're talking about Tag Day. Tag Day in the Moorish Science Temple of America. So some of the key aspects of it is that the Sisters Auxiliary was trying to figure out a way to help the Prophet financially. It's like we sit around in this room, we think about things we could do for the movement to help out, you know? And they came up with this concept. They put these tags together, sell them in a temple for 10 cents. 10 cents is a little bit of money, 1929 now. When you think about a dime today, but you go to the grocery store right now with a dime. And you tell me how many things you could probably get in that store for a dime. Not too much. Maybe that little piece of candy that Brother Jordan there pulled out, you maybe get that for a dime. They used to have penny candy, but they probably don't even have that no more. But for a dime, right, but for a dime back in 1929, you might be able to get some flour or something. You might be able to get some milk or something. You might be able to get something for a dime, all right? So they put these dimes together, made these tags, and they gave them out. So these people always say, well, did the Prophet do that? I don't know if the Prophet did it. I don't know. Did he write a proclamation? Did he say from now on, this would be Tag Day, will be our holiday? No. Did he spell out that July 20th will be our National Day of Authority? No, he didn't. Did he say that this day is going to be auxiliary, sister auxiliary holiday, and this is going to be? No. All we know is the prophet said, the prophet said that my birthday will be the Moors' Christmas. Right? I don't even see something where the prophet said 15 days later it's going to be the Moors' New Year. But just like in the laws and in anything, we have the power to make laws and customs. Each temple, Temple 34 might have some laws and customs. It's a little different than a temple in Chicago or Cleveland or Kansas City. But we all gonna revolve around the Moorish Science Temple America and its laws, and its divine constitution and bylaws, to its holy Koran, to its questionnaries. Those are the things that we build on. So no, a temple can't come out with Act 8. You don't say the divine constitution and bylaws. You know, they could do something local in their temple. Even the grand body can't come up with Act 8, right? But they can come up something in their resolution or something that we do now where we see that per capita tax went from 25 cents in the days of the prophet to now it's $3, right? After Moors are given $1 a week to help the national. So these are the laws that the convention or the grand body has passed, just like we have our own laws. But the essence of it, when you look at that tag, when you see a heart, what do you think about, Sister Norm? You brought that beautiful smile into the temple today. That's how you walk around Brooklyn, sister? Brightening up the world, right? That's what I'm talking about. So when you see that heart, you think about love, right? Right? We think about love. When you think about the heart and the shape of the heart, then you can think about your own heart. What did the prophet say here? What did the prophet say about the heart, Brother Spalding May, in Acts 7, Divine Constitution and Bylaws? He mentions the heart. What do you remember about that? Acts 7, near the end. Islam. Moorish Americans
must keep their bodies,
keep their hearts
pure.
Keep their hearts and minds pure with love,
Hearts and minds
and their bodies
clean with water.
Thank you. See? Right? See how the prophet mentioned hearts and minds? I don't know. The Lord here, you still with us? Hearts and minds?
Hearts and minds pure with love and our bodies.
So you mean, so maybe your mind, you mean your heart could be pure with love and your mind is not? Well, your mind got some love in it, but your heart, I don't know. But he seems to like specifically make that definition between heart and mind. And we talk about our heart, right? We talk about the inner heart, right? Remember when Jesus went to the wilderness? We just finished that chapter a couple of chapters ago, 15. The Lord, you had a thought on that?
Islam. Yes, it's my understanding when you deal with higher thoughts of science, heart and mind can be used interchangeably. Like, you know, when you're dealing with I would say more on a more etheric level.
Okay. Yeah. Do me a favor, open up that back door, get some fresh air. Sure. You don't want those sleepy-headed Moors up in here. All right. Sister Michaela, time to draw. All right, so we got Sister Michaela here. Here you go. That's how they usually do a girl. And you got your body, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's your arms, and you got some legs.
I'll show you how to draw.
No, I got it, but that's basically, we can work with that. All right, thank you. I just want to confirm that. I'm not gonna get too much into it. Yeah, you want to get the skill, right? So, right, we talk about the chalker point. You ever heard of that before?
No.
Right, chalker point, right? So there's 7 of them, right? So you got one here in the base of your spine, right? We got another one here. We got another one here. We got another one here. We got another one up in here. We got another one here. And we got another one here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, the one is in the center. The center one. It's the heart chakra. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna get in trouble now. So, Brother Smithfield, let's do. I'm gonna coin this firm. Let's do a hurt day. Okay, let's do a hurt day. Let's look up the word. Let's get the right pronunciation of the word and see the meaning of the word. All right. He wants the boys in general. Just tell you where he's coming. He wants them to step up their game. He doesn't mean it in a mean kind of way. Just everyone, like I said, everyone has their own personality, right? So when you get a Brother Clark here, come in here and says, Moorish hyphen American. Like every single thing the prophet, you're absolutely correct, Banshee. You know, but I heard they coming in and said, oh, how do you pronounce that word? It's not Caiaphas, it's Caiaphas or something. And he said, it's not serene, it's Serene. And then where does that man come from? And that's in Libya. He was a Moor. You're absolutely correct. How come the Moors don't have pads and pencils and they don't have their dictionaries out? You're absolutely correct. Now the thing comes is when the prophet said the Moors are what? Hard head, stiff neck, group of people that won't do nothing but at a point of a sword, right? And people kind of got this attitude, you should just be happy that I'm here, right? So when you try to get people to conform, it's not an easy task. And in the past, it might have been a little easier. So, but we want to understand what they're saying. They're saying, Brother Lordio, you need to step up your game. Brother Clendenin, we all should be like thinking, am I sitting properly? You ever had, I was never in the military. But I told them more this one thing, and I told them before. So I went to see the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Everyone heard about that?
No.
No, you never heard of it? All right, so there's some soldiers that passed away. We don't know the name. So the nation has created this flame in Arlington Cemetery. And this flame, why don't you look that up, see if you could look that up in Google search. All right? And this flame is all the time it's burning. And they have a Marine guard that stands at attention. You've heard of this, Brother Jordan? Stands at attention next to this burning tomb of the unknown soldier. And it's like a tourist thing. Everyone heard of Arlington? It's a national cemetery with some of our war heroes and stuff are buried there. We're honored to be there. Yes, that Brother? My grandfather's buried there. Praise Allah. His grandfather's buried there. All right? So me and Marcus went to this tomb. Now people are waiting for what they call the changing of the guard at a certain time of the day. And the people are waiting there for this to happen. So me and Marcus went to the bathroom. We come out of the bathroom, one door was here, and we came out, there was another door right across from us, but we didn't know what that door was for. And as we literally walked out of our door, the other door opened up, and here was this Marine. So we was kind of just watching. Now the crowd is around the corner. The Marine came out, and he stood there. Then another Marine came out. The other Marine looked at the first Marine, was checking out everything. Was his tie right? Was this right? Was his hat straight? He's checking out everything, like he gave him the okay, like everything's good. Like he checked the other guy out. Like it wasn't good enough for you to say I'm good. They wanted to make sure. So they had another person check him out. And then he went and stood. Did you find something?
Yes. Islam?
Islam.
I'm sure a photo, but I believe. So a photo of the tomb of the unknown soldier. I believe that the eternal flame is a separate part of another graveyard, and I also have the definition and pronunciation of chakra.
Read. What do you have? Do you have anything written about the tomb of the unknown soldier? Anything written or just pictures? And more, we do this in the temple, but you could do this on your own, and you can go a little deeper with it. You know what I'm saying, Brother Lordio? You know what I mean? But Smithdale seems a little slow, Brother Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's 26. You might need like an 18-year-old.
Right.
So it was a little faster.
Islam?
Islam, what do you got? What's with the
Islam. It says the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery is a symbolic grave honoring unidentified American service members. The current tomb houses 3 unknowns, one from World War I, one from World War II, and one from the Korean War. So it's located in the Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington County, Virginia.
All right, Brother Brockenberry Bay.
Yes.
Brother Brockenberry Bay, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Have you ever heard of the tomb of the unknown soldier before?
No, I've never heard of that. No.
Okay, well, you heard of it now, right?
Yes.
What part of the country is it in?
Wait, did y'all mention it already? I'm sorry.
Arlington, Virginia.
Arlington, Virginia. Thank you.
Arlington, Virginia. All right, all right. All right, Brother Smithiel, on Chalkers, can you tell us, you have the pronunciation?
Computers.
I don't know, but
You
like
see
you
this.
get a good dictionary out. I don't know what you got.
Chakra.
You heard that, Sister Noah?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's in my bracelet too.
Oh, it's in your bracelet too?
Chakra.
One more
Chakra.
time. Say it again, Moors.
Chakra.
All right. The 7 chakras.
So it's not chakra.
It's not chakra.
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 Chakra. Well, Moors heard that online one more time.
Chakra.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
We were working with him. He just had it.
Chakra.
All right, very good. And what's the meaning of the word?
Praise Allah. It refers to any of the several points of physical or spiritual energy in the human body, according to yoga philosophy. It's one definition.
All right, Moors? So that's what we was talking before. So we was talking about the heart. We was talking about the mind. So if we put up the units, we put the symbol of the heart and the tag day. Trying to get them. I need to take over this.
I think the computer's running
You
slow.
think you can handle it?
Praise Allah.
You gotta be.
I think the
You
computer's
know what I'm
running
saying? You know what I'm saying,
slow.
Brother Corbin? We gotta be on top of that. Like, you know, we had that coming up, slides coming in with Sister Jordan. Is she there to help you out?
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. You know the thing about it, Brother Jordan, is like when you're training them for the Olympics, you gotta be hard on them.
Praise Allah.
So when that day comes, Brother Smith to get out there, it's just gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that preparation, buffeting. So what we got? We got the heart up there. So it's got the star in there. Got the units for unity. All right? It's got the love in there. So any questions or comments about Tag Day? Now I'm just gonna let the Moors know that when you see people talking about Tag Day on social media and sometimes in other temples, that code, I can't get that door open. I guess there's a problem with that door being open. That's all right. That's all right, because I've been a mufti before. I can get the class over. I can come on in that back door, do what we gotta do. Yes, sir.
Sir.
That's right. Got a couple more. I need you to read some more. We're gonna move on, but I need you to read some more.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to page 3. There's a part there that says, "Dear readers." There's 3 different dears. I want you to read those sentences. Dear readers. I can't hear you. Stand on your square.
Readers.
Stand on your square.
Dear readers, do not falsely use these lessons. They are good, peace, and happinesses for all those that love Jesus. Dear mothers, teach these lessons to your little ones, that may learn to love instead of hate. Dear fathers, by these lessons you can set your home in order, and your children will learn to love instead of hate.
All right, very good, very good. You stay on standby. We might need some more. All right. Praise Allah. All right. Brother Jordan Neal, he's gonna stand up. He's gonna tell us all the holidays that we celebrate in the Moorish Science of America, starting with the Prophet's birthday. What date is that?
January 8th, the Prophet's birthday. We have Tag Day, March.
New Year's.
Oh, we get the Morris New Year, January 15th. Tag Day, March 17th. Grandparents' Day, I forgot the date on that one.
Or Elders Day or Seniors Day, the
Day.
first Tuesday in March. First Sunday in March.
First Sunday in March. We have Authority Day.
Well, let's back up. I got something in May. Drama Day.
Drama Day.
When's Drama Day, Bill Serrano Bay?
Islam. Is it May 15th?
Oh, he's guessing. He's guessing.
Yeah, May 15,
Brother
1928.
Spalding Bay, he's guessing.
Sister
Hold on.
Mimi Lomax Bay was the songstress.
Yeah, you want to add something? The question ain't exactly. You try to get a little extra credit.
Yeah.
What's the date, Brother Spalding Bay?
I might be reaching as well. I think it's May 8th.
No, May 16th.
May 16th.
May 16th. And we got that great flyer. What I like about that flyer is it makes me think. It says that the sheiks are going to be talking about nationality and that topic, giving great orations,
Nationalistic.
right? And if you're a member of the Moorish Science of America, you should know something about that. If you're a sheik in the Moorish Science of America, you should definitely know something about that. And if you're a minister, I should ask you at any moment that you stand up and talk about nationality. And you should be able to get up there, and you should be able to stand in front of the Moors and say, talk about the ancient Moabites and how these group of ancient Moabites, they fought battles with Joshua, and they lost the battles, and they were seeking new homes, and they went to the pharaohs of Egypt, and they asked for permission, and they gave them permission to settle in Northwest Africa, and they went over there and they built themselves kingdoms, and these kingdoms was Morocco and Tunis and Tripoli, and in later years, you see what I'm saying? And you can talk about the meaning of nationality, and like I said earlier about the basic unit in the nationality is the family. And then you can get into the Black Law's dictionary of what nationality means. All right, so thank you so much. You know, and the reason I'm saying that, if you've been watching the news over the last week, right, it's very interesting. So there's a brother that was protesting in Colombia about the war in Gaza. And he protested in favor of the Palestinians, stop the war, stop the genocide, etc. He has a green card. I've been looking for my bandana too. He has a green card. And his wife is a United States citizen. So he's a legal resident in the United States. He's not a citizen, but he's married to a citizen. And he's protesting, giving out pamphlets, stuff, talking about this. So now the president, and he's mentioned this before, and certain individuals didn't like this. So they said that there is a law on the books, 1956. It's interesting when they mentioned it. I was like, I've been telling them more. He said, yeah, 1956, the nationality laws of the United States of America. I'm like, are you kidding me? They're on the TV talking about the nationality laws. And they said in one of the provisions of the nationality laws, because when I first heard it, they were like, Secretary of State Rubio has taken away his green card. And I was like, Secretary of State? The first thing came to my mind, I don't know when you heard it too, was like, why the Secretary of State? He said, well, this law on the books said the Secretary of State has a right under certain conditions, and we could look up the law maybe in the future, talk about it in civics class, has a certain right, and he can take away that right from a person that's not a citizen if they act a certain way. I said, I didn't even know there was that law. Then today, I'm hearing in the news, they said there's another law in the 1700s, going back to President Adam, and a law that was about nationality, something about citizenship, something like that, right? So I'm saying to myself, right? See how the Americans, I'm sure the average citizen, I'm sure the people in Congress didn't even know this. They had some researchers go back and look at, and they found certain information. But it's these laws on the books. And I heard one person describe them as a zombie law, like a law that's been there for years, but they never actually used it, but it's there. And there's other laws that are there. And it just made me think that, you know how Allah's the best of planners. It might go down a certain road, but that road might lead to a certain place where this whole concept of nationality and who's a citizen and who's not a citizen and what are all the laws of the United States, and I mentioned the organic laws, is going to come to the forefront of American citizenry. And they're going to have to study these things to know what we're talking about. But I just thought that was very interesting. All right, before we move into the lesson for today, which is chapter 17, any questions, any comments about the prophet, the Moorish Science of America, Brother Jordan?
Who authored the 102s?
Who authored the 102s? I'm not sure. Supposedly I heard that it was a 102s and then one was taken out. You have any information on it? You ever heard of that, Brother Serrano Bay?
Islam.
Islam.
What I heard, I probably heard one of the same thing probably Brother Kalina Bay heard, but I do have some other information. And it's that some say, folklore, that the 102s was the original Koran questions for Moorish Americans, and brothers and sisters were using it for the wrong reason. Like when we look at page 3 where it says, dear readers, do not forcefully use these lessons. They are for peace and happiness for those who love Jesus. So I hear that some brothers and sisters were using it for wrong purposes. Anything further than that, we have not seen. I spoke to a brother from temple number 57, was it 59, Chicago. Sister D. Warnabe. Also, Sister D. Warnabe has an original copy of the 102s, but I have yet to be able to contact the sister to be able to see what it looks like and receive any further information on it. So as far as we know, it's only the 101s that we have evidence of. But there is some evidence of the 102s being used in 1935, but it was with the Nation of Islam.
Wait, the 101 was printed in the Moorish God. Was the 102 printed in the Moorish God?
No, not that I'm aware of. Peace.
Peace, thank you.
The lawyer?
Islam, praise Allah. So I'd like some clarification on this 102 business. So the 102, is it essentially the 101 and there's an extra question in there?
Yes.
Or there's different literature in there?
No, exactly what you said.
There's 6 questions there's one additional question and 6 questions that the answer is different.
Islam.
So it's basically the same thing with a couple of edits in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Praise Allah. Thank you.
And let's see if we can get a copy of it.
I know one of the edits was how old is the flag, and it said 50,000.
50,000 years old.
Yeah, but the prophet actually had that in the Moorish guide. So we saw it there, but we didn't see this 102 there in the guide. But one of the things is that ties in what I was saying earlier about the supreme body. Let's get this information. If not, it's just something to have. Like back in the day, like we could have a discussion about the Great Seal Association, right? And CM Bay. You know, because there's the Moors out there studying that. You know, for the first time, I watched this documentary on Brother Allah and the founder of Clarence 13X. And there were some things I didn't know. And, you know, his relationship with the city of New York. And Mayor Lindsay at the time, I was a little boy and this stuff was going on. And it was actually something that happened during the race riots when Martin Luther King was killed. And it was because of the 5 percenters and Brother Allah that kept peace in Harlem. And he was thanking, Mayor Lindsay was thanking him and the 5 percenters for that. You know, and to go from where it is that in the federal prison system, they're recognized as one of the religions. So you can go in there and you'll have a group called the Moorish Science of America. You have a group called the Nation of Islam. You have a group called the 5 percenters. You know what I'm saying? Within that recognition. So it's just something interesting. But I think that we should have an understanding. We might not have to be a master in it, but we should have an understanding of these different terms, these different writings, literature that's out there, somehow connected to the Moorish Science of America. Did you have your hand up, or were you just saying Islam?
Islam, yes. Just to kind of walk on what you were saying, a lot of people do not know that in the beginning, when you refer to Brother Allah, that they worked very closely with the Urban League at the time while he was still physically alive. And a lot of people don't know that global connection you say, like with the working directly with the municipalities. Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. A lot of people don't know about the Black Panther movement. And you just look at it as, oh, some brothers had some guns and everything. They don't realize they was feeding the children. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so there's some things, because realize that these brothers and sisters is part of the Moorish nation. They're not like our brothers and sisters that are walking up and down the streets of Brooklyn or in our homes. They're not some separate people. We're not separate from them. We're the same people. We just have enlightened to certain information. And this information that we have, we're trying to enlighten them about it, so they have a better understanding. But the Bible says some of my good Moors are still in the church. And just because your mother or your sisters a Jehovah's Witness or a Baptist or whatever, and got different views, that doesn't make them a bad person. All right? But we want them to have an understanding of what nationality is. And we want to have an understanding when you call us Africans, how some people might feel about that. Some people might feel like, oh, that's yeah, I understand that. Some people like, oh, don't say that. Shouldn't refer to us as Africans. I like to use the term the prophet used. He said, we are the descendants of the inhabitants of Africa. That's what the prophet said. You know? But let us go on to the lesson for today. All right? Chapter 17. Before we go into chapter 17, Sister M. Serrano Bay, we need another reading, sister.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we need a couple more. You left off at the lessons of this pamphlet.
Yes, sir.
All right, page 3. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Lessons of the
Loud, I can't hear you and you're not in your square. Square up.
lessons of this pamphlet are not for sale, but for the sake of humanity, as I am prophet and the servant is worthy of his hire. You
Go louder. You can receive this pamphlet
and expense. The reason these lessons have not been known because of the Muslims of India,
a little louder. You had it nice. Go ahead.
Palestine had these secrets to get them back from the outside world, and when time appointed by Allah, they loosened the keys and freed these secrets. For the first time in ages, these secrets being delivered in the hands of the Muslims of America. All authority and rights of publishing of this pamphlet of 1927
By the prophet.
by the prophet Noble Drew Ali.
All right, have a seat. That's very good. But now I want to show you what I'm looking for. Well, Serrano Bay, could you get up for us? Could you stand in front of the podium? In front of the podium? He's going to square himself off. He's going to read that same paragraph with clearness and with power. This is what we're looking for.
Islam.
The
lessons of this pamphlet are not for sale, but for the sake of humanity, as I am a prophet, and the servant is worthy of his hire. You can receive this pamphlet at expense. The reason these lessons have not been known is because the Muslims of India, Egypt, and Palestine had these secrets and kept them back from the outside world. And when the time appointed by Allah, they loosened the keys and freed these secrets. And for the first time in ages have these secrets been delivered in the hands of the Muslims of America. All authority and rights of publishing of this pamphlet of 1927 by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Praise Allah. So that's what we're looking for, okay, sister? All right, Moors, let's go on to chapter number 17. So this is a continuation. We left off at chapter 16, and we're going to ask our assistant secretary if he can go back. We want to look up some information. So you got to go back to his Google search. All right, so chapter 17. So I'm looking at this chapter, the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 17. All right, so let's do a brief. Brother Kidbay, you still with me, Brother Kidbay? Brother Kidbay.
Islam.
Are you familiar with the Roman numerals?
Somewhat, I'm learning.
All right, well, we're learning together. All right, what does the I stand for?
One, correct?
What does the V stand for?
5.
And the X stand for?
Is it 10?
10. And Brother Jordan, what's the next one after 10? After X?
L,
L. What does L stand for?
50.
50. What's the next one after L, Brother Serrano Bay? C. 100. And then M is for 1,000. All right, chapter 17. Jesus appears fully materialized before Apollo. Let's look up Apollo. The Silent Brotherhood in Greece appears to Claudius. We're going to look up Claudius and Juliet. We want to look up these names. On the Tiber near Rome. The Tiber is a river. So we're going to look up these names. Appears to the priest in the Egyptian temple at Heliopolis or Heliopolis. Apollo with the Silent Brotherhood of Greece was sitting in a Delphian grove. The oracle has spoken loud and long. And that's enough right there, Brother Serrano Bay. So what are you going to pull up for us first, Brother Smithiel?
Praise Allah. I got some information on Apollo.
Let's go with Apollo.
Islam.
Islam.
It says in ancient Greek and Roman mythology, Apollo was a multifaceted god known for his association with music, poetry, arts, prophecy, healing, light, and the sun. He was one of the Olympian deities, and he's recognized as a god of archery, as well as being associated with youth, beauty, and the arts.
All right. Can the Moors online on Zoom? Did y'all hear the Assistant Secretary?
Islam.
So we're talking about Apollo. All right. Let's go with the Delphian Grove. Delphian Grove. The reason we're bringing this information up is that the more you know about the chapter, the more you can get out of the meaning. Remember, we want to use these lessons to improve our families, improve our lives, improve our society. All right? The prophet's not just putting in here just for information about history. All right? So what do we got about the Delphian Grove?
So the Delphian Grove, Islam.
Islam.
Delphi, an ancient sacred precinct dedicated to the Greek god Apollo, is a major center of religious and political influence in ancient Greece, known for its oracle, also known for the Pythia and what says the Pythian Games. Delphi says was the center of the world, or considered the center of the world by the ancient Greeks, marked by what was called the omphalos, or a navel stone. And it says the Pythia, the priestess of Apollo, referenced as the Oracle of Delphi, was consulted for prophecies and guidance on important matters, and the site was a place of pilgrimage for people from all over the world.
Praise Allah. Tell me who we have online.
Praise Allah.
Who do we have online?
We have
Islam.
Praise Allah. And also the name of the temple that the prophet had his funeral was called the Pythian Hall. Praise Allah.
Praise Allah.
Sorry.
And who do we have online?
We have Brother M. Kitbay, Brother C. Ferguson, Brother K. Turner Bay, Brother J. Petersil, Brother S. Selena Bay, Sister C. Sealsville, and Brother W. Brockenberry Bay.
All right. Can the Moors online, can you all mute yourself? I'll make sure y'all can hear me and I can hear you. Islam?
Islam.
So what I want you all to do is I want you all to either send to our email address or put in the chat right now. I want you to put an email address. So me and Brother Serrano, baby, we're going to put together information dealing with Sunday school, and we'll send it out in an email. And this way, when we get to the class, we'll have certain information. So instead of the secretary got to look it up, we'll have a list of the different things. So we'll put together one for this chapter. We want to always try, like I said, we're always trying to figure out a way we can step up our game. All right. One of the things that we're talking about, and some of the Moors talking about the next 100 years of the Moorish science of America, and Brother Spaulding might understand this a little bit. And I was noticing when I go to the Jehovah's Witness meetings with my wife, is the whole teaching. They have a structure. They have a curriculum, a syllabus, and they have everything a certain way. And so this way, eventually in the Moorish Science of America, all of the Sunday school teachers, right, should have something inside. We know it's the literature. We got the information, right? We all got the same information. But if any of you are familiar with Sister Rashida Eel's vocabulary definer is red, and if you looking at, she would go over the different questions. When they talk about 1453, she gave the information of the Sultan and Turkey and certain information about it. If it was this date, she gave you information about it, or different things like that. This is something that all the Sunday school teachers should have, something like that in their hand. Have something. You ever seen the Holy Koran in Mecca, where at the bottom they have the footnotes, and people put information dealing with the different topics or a commentary on it? So we should have our Holy Koran and this information, like for this chapter, without Delphi, Apollo, Egyptian, Heliopolis, show a map, show where it's at. I think these are the things that we can do so that 50 years from now, the Sunday school teacher will just open up the file, whatever way. They might even have flash drives back in the future like that. They might have some kind of other way of dealing with it, but they have the information. So if you could send us, our email address is morrissciencetemple, number 34@gmail.com. Just send your email there, put your name on your email, say Sunday school information or something like that. And me and Brother Serrano Bay and the secretaries will work on getting something together that can improve that, Because the last thing I want is when a seasoned minister, and I ask him, why is he coming in here with a grumpy face? Right? And when he told me his answer, as the grand sheik and a Sunday school teacher, I was like, wow, okay. That was his. So imagine, because I already have things in my mind, and maybe some of you have some things in your mind that can make the Sunday school or the temple better, or the movement better. So these are the things that we want to share with each other. And then when we put it in the ethers, we can have it one day manifest. All right? Praise Allah. All right? So if the Moors can help me out with that, and we'll put together a list, and we'll have some information for the Moors. All right, let's go to the opening. So the brother was talking about, so they're sitting in this grove, and the oracle spoke to them. What does it mean the oracle spoke to them? Brother Serrano Bay.
Islam was like an inanimate object in which they are speaking to talk to Allah.
Okay. It said the oracle had spoken loud and long. Just to give you a little information, Brother Lordio, there were princes and kings and learned men from around the world. They would make their way to Delphi so they could hear the oracle. And there were questions or information, they could get it from this oracle. All right? And this is serious business.
Like a crystal ball?
Like a crystal ball type of thing. All right? Now look at this. Look at this. If we go to page number 27, Brother Lordy, if you could read for us. All right? Because what was happening was not disputed. It's just that a change was coming. All right? So Islam. I'd like you to read page 27, instruction 23.
Islam, praise Allah.
Mm-hmm.
By the mouth of gods, the demigods, Allah spoke unto your father long ago. But now he speaks to you through perfect men.
All right?
It's in quotation.
Right? So there was a point where he talked to them like that. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and look on page 26 for the audio and read to number 6.
Verse 6. The gods have spoken to the Greeks and kindred tongues through image made by man. But Allah the One now speaks to man through Jesus, the only Son, who has and is and evermore will be.
Praise Allah. Number 7, Brother Smithia.
Islam.
Islam.
This oracle will fail. The living oracle of Allah, the one, will not fail.
All right. If you could look up the word oracle. All right. Brother Jordan there brought up. Crystal ball. Anyone's heard of that? Crystal ball.
Yes.
You can see stuff in the crystal ball.
Yes, I heard.
See, this is a way, when they say gods and demigods, right? And it was a small g. See, Apollo, that the brother read, was one of those gods with a small g. When you talk about the Titans and Zeus and Perses and all of these, some of the gods, when they took human wives, those children were called demigods, right? And through these gods and demigods, right? And through the ancestors that have passed on, they would speak to man through these oracles or through the wood or through the various things that man had created. So let's look up that word oracle.
Islam.
Islam.
So the definitions read for oracle, a priest or priestess acting as a medium through whom advice or prophecy was sought from the gods in classical antiquity, a place at which divine advice or prophecy was sought, a person or thing regarded as an infallible authority or guide on something. And I also like to point out that it references the origin of the term oracle, which oracle is late Middle English. It comes originally from Latin, the word orare or orare, which means speak. So oracle, in the way that we see it, comes from a word that
And the
means
pronunciation, you got that there? You gonna let us hear that?
oracle.
One more time.
Oracle.
You said you got that.
Praise Allah. The Moors online couldn't hear, but it says oracle.
Praise Allah. Moors, we're out of time, but we're going to continue to study this chapter. Thank you, Moors, for coming out. I'll see you or hear from you tomorrow. Happy Tag Day. Remember what's in our hearts. We want to keep that unity in our hearts, that love in our hearts. Peace, Moors.
Peace.
Sorry.
Islam, Muslims, Islam. Just saying the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslims, Islam. Our eyes for independence. S for our salvation. L means love for everyone, all over the nation. The A is for Allah, the Father of the universe. M for Moorish Americans and Muslims, which are us. ISLAM. Islam, Muslims, Islam. Just saying the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslims, Islam.
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 January 15, 1929, Prophet warns all Muslims, governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitated speeches while they work in their homes or on the streets. We offer peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We offer love, truth, peace, and freedom, and when these principles are violated, justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card button, cease wearing their turban or fez, and return to the state where the prophet found you. This is an everlasting movement this is a holy and divine movement founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out a divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sins by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Peace.
Peace.
Islam, we are. I want to thank our grand sheikh, Brother W. from the Bay Sunday School instructor, who did a wonderful job instructing us today in Sunday school. I want to thank all the Moors who were able to make it physically, those who are online who were able to make it with us. May Allah continue to bless you all. We are now in secretary time, so as we pass around the collection plate, Praise Allah. So we have public collection, local building fund, traveling fund, and lifting fund. For those who wish to make a donation, anyone who wishes to make a donation online, you can send us a donation through Zelle by using our email as the recipient, which is Morris Science Temple no.34@gmail.com. That is Morris Science Temple no.34@gmail.com. If you wish to send us a donation via Cash App, please send an extra $1 because they do charge us. If you want to send a donation through Cash App, which is $Temple 34, that's $Temple 34. If you wish to send us a donation, Michaela, Islam, if you wish to send us a donation via
Brother Spalding, you take that back to him, and Brother Lloyd will come forward.
PayPal. Thank you, brother. If you wish to send us donation through PayPal, it's also the same email, which is Morris Science Temple no.34@gmail.com. That is Morris Science Temple no.34@gmail.com. Praise the Lord. We had Tag Day, which was yesterday. We did not have a meeting on Saturday, but as our Grand Sheikh explained to us, the origin of Tag Day and what it was, Allah willing, we can better prepare next year, Tag Day. Islam, if we have any announcements by Secretary Sister J. Jordan.
Says she was, but she is online. She may not be more. Praise the Lord. Yeah, I think she dropped off. Coming in the chat. See if I can share.
Islam, almost every Thursday we have weekly conference call. More than welcome to participate. Every Thursday from 7:30 to 8:30. Friday holiday meetings from 7:30 to 10. Sunday school, of course, 2 to 4 p.m. Brother A. Hopkins Bay also has a Koran class, Koran Mecca class every day except Fridays at 6 p.m. Brother Jay Gibbsville has a Koran reading, Koran Mecca reading every Saturday during the month of Ramadan, which is at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. And we have morning prayer, 6 a.m., and then evening prayer, 9 a.m. Hosted by Brother L. Thompson Bay, Grand National Assistant Chairman, More Shots of America. I don't think I'm missing anything else.
Sorry, I was trying to find the photos. I know that we have our spring gala, the sisters coming up, and the brothers retreat as well.
Sister M. Serrano Bay. Islam, Sister M. Serrano Bay. Can you do me a favor, please? Can you go back there and get the water that's on the table?
Islam.
Islam.
I just want to remind the ones that we have the brothers retreat. That's going to be we have the brothers retreat in St. Louis, Missouri. That's going to be at the Barry's Banquet Hall on May 24th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then we have Spring Gala. That'll be coming up in April. Then
Islam.
It's also a Sheikh training class, March 18th. That'll be hosted by our Grand Sheikh Brother W. Clendenin Bay, and that's on every third Tuesday of each month. So it'll be this month, March 18th, 2025, this week, and it'll be at 8 p.m. on Zoom. Praise Allah. So the announcement at this time.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, brother. Islam Moors, any of the Moors who wish to get put on the list to receive anything in regard to Sunday school, which whether it's curriculum, lesson plan for Sunday school that Brother Grand Sheik wants to plan on, be able to send something ahead of time so that we can have some definitions, we can have some pronunciation of words. If there's a specific lesson plan, specific questions, Grand Sheik wants to put together. So if we do not have your email, please send us an email at the same email that we were providing you with for the Zelle as well as the PayPal, which is moresciencetempleno.34@gmail.com. That's moresciencetempleno.34@gmail.com. Excuse me. moresciencetempleno.34@gmail.com. N-O.
For number,
For number.
the number period, NO period.
Yes. NO.34@gmail.com. So if you want to receive an email, please make sure that you send us an email so we can have your email.
It's the meeting almost over.
Praise Allah. Does anyone have any comments or any questions?
Is the meeting almost over?
Yes, we have a few minutes. We got about 14 minutes.
14.
Minutes? How many seconds in a minute?
I don't know.
60 seconds. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 seconds in a minute. It's fast. You're doing a great job. You're doing amazing. You're my superhero, right?
Got another hug.
Yeah. Happy to meet you. Thank you.
So well, Grand Sheik. Peace and love, more.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Islam Moors, may Allah continue to bless you all as we get ready for this work week. We stay focused, get energized, as we, spend some time with the family, Moorish American Muslims. We recharge ourselves, be ready for the work week. May Allah keep you focused, keep you on the path, right? Brother Grand Sheik always, used to always say that when we're not in the meeting, we still conduct ourselves as if the charter is up. And so the things that you cannot do while the charter is up, you have that mindset that when you're out there in the world, you conduct yourself as if the charter is still up. And we are taught that we have a higher self and a lower self. And so we understand that all of the things that we go through is just a test. It's just a test.
Islam. There's a hand from Sister Cecile. There's also a hand from Brother M. Kid Bay.
Praise Allah. Islam, Sister Grand Sheikus, and then Brother Kid Bay. Islam. Islam, sister.
I can yield for Brother Kidbe. I know that he had his hand up quite a while. I don't mind yielding.
Praise the Lord. Islam, brother Kid, man.
Oh, good. Happy late birthday, by the way.
So,
Islam, we can hear you, brother.
my question was about what we were previously talking about earlier, when they were talking about like the gods with a lowercase g, right? Would like in our 101s, it says, "What is an angel? An angel is a thought of Allah manifested in human flesh." Would a god with a little g be considered an angel?
Islam, no, sir. Think about it. And I try to be as brief as possible. When you look at the Bible, for example, Jesus, right before Jesus' crucifixion, he's talking to the Jews. Jew asked Jesus. No, Jesus asked the Jew. He said, "For many of my great works, for which one do you stone me?" And then the Jew replied, he says, "We stone you not for your good works, but because you called yourself God." And Jesus' reply was, "Is it not written in your law that ye are all gods, before I call myself the Son of God?" And so when he says that, isn't it not written in your law that you are all gods, the law he is referring to is in Psalms 82, verse 6, in which he says, "It says, ye are all gods and sons of the Most High, but you shall die as men." And so an angel and a god are not the same thing. Islam?
Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Islam, sister, assistant, Grand Sheikahs.
Yes, praise Allah. But the thought I was going to share wasn't related to that question. But if I may, God just with the lowercase, something I remember we looked up a while ago. It just referred to deities in general, right? So just, how dare you harm these deities made flesh? So at points in times when you find the God with the lowercase, it kind of just refers to more of a general deity, recognizing that, we and Allah are one, but we're not the supreme being. So it makes it more like the supreme when it's in capital, if that makes any sense as well. But I wanted to just give a quick birthday shout out to Brother J. Coleman. I know he's not on the line anymore. I know the Moors put the message through. I just wanted to just remind the Moors, to drop some love by his page. I know I'm not on the Facebook as often, but it just dropped the brother, a happy birthday, born day, solar return, however the Moors do it. And also Sister Adams Bay. I know her birthday is tomorrow on Saturday. Great Sunday school, great contributions, great thoughts. All the Moors look good in their regalia. I see the capes, the robes on. May Allah be pleased. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Praise the Lord. And just really quickly, well, to Campbell Woodward, the sentiment, happy birthday, Brother J. Coleman, Sister D. Adams Bay as well, Sister M. Serrano Bay, whose birthday just passed, all of the Moors who are celebrating the birthday. Praise the Lord. That we just have celebrated your birthday. But when we go back to when we go back to the question that Brother Kidbay asked about the angel, can an angel be a god?
Yes.
An angel could be a god, right?
Yes.
In the sense that man is not the body nor the soul, he's a spirit and a part of Allah, right? And so we all have that higher self that is within man, that Allah that is within man. But the duty of an angel is to spread messages to the four corners of the world, to all nations. That our prophet to us is the angel of Allah sent us to bring the everlasting gospel of Allah. So a God, as far as the lowercase g, could be an angel. It's a possibility. And I think Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the example of that. But I don't think all gods are angels. And that's my opinion. But our Lord
Islam, praise Allah. I'm going to refer back to the more the circle 7 Quran, where it says, makes reference to the triune law. You know, and the triune law is wisdom, will, and love. Now, it also states that from different nations, you call God by one name because they only see one part of Allah. Right? And they say some nations refer to him as Thoth, some nations refer to him as Zeus, some nations refer to him as Odin. So, by these nations who refer to him by these other names, once we went into this chapter dealing with the Greeks and how they refer to their deities, so would Zeus be accepted at that time as the equivalent, what they perceived as their all-encompassing, omnipotent God? Or Odin, would they be perceived that, you know, those people, they perceived Odin as omnipotent, all-encompassing, or did they perceive Odin as a mighty man that was, you know, worthy of being the God man and being referred to like that? That's the question I have when it comes to them, with that Odin and Zeus.
Praise the Lord. That's a great question, brother.
There's a hand from Brother W.
Let's start with the Grand Sheik.
Islam. In reference to that question, I think, like the brother was reading from chapter 10 on the bottom of 16, you know, Zeus was his name in Greece. Thoth was his name in Egypt. I think that when it comes to what we was talking about, the lowercase g, that those are different aspects. Like Elohim is the seven eyes of Allah. Or like you mentioned, someone might perceive an angel. But even when you were talking about the angels, it made me think, I think in the Holy Bible, it talks about how some angels came down and took wives, human being wives, and had children with those wives. You know, so I think that the prophet in that chapter 11 is giving us the breakdown from the great God Allah and the manifestation of Elohim, the manifestation of the different spirits. And I think that also mentioned in the Greeks, a lot of the stuff the Greeks took is from the Moors or from the Egyptians. And some of them just changed some of the names, you know. So I would think about, in reference to what Brother Laudio said, if that's their head, there's no one over that particular, like no one over Zeus or no one over Thoth, then yeah, that's what they consider as their great God. Peace.
Peace. Thank you. Praise Allah.
Islam, and I'll try to be as brief as possible. You had Odin, who was a Norse god, right? And in Norse mythology, this coming Moorish God newspaper, I actually have an article that is titled "The Hall of Valhalla." The Hall of Valhalla is what you would refer to as in Greek, they refer to it as Olympus, right? Or Mount Olympus, which was the kingdom or the garden, as we will call it, in which the gods dwell. And so you see all of these parallels between theology. And so Prophet Nubujar Ali, he's showing us the comparisons between them all. That if you are in Greece and they are worshiping Zeus, then we know that Zeus is another name for Allah. If you are in Egypt and amongst the Egyptians you hear Thoth, then you know that Thoth is another name for Allah. And so we don't get caught up. And we see the parallels, we see the comparisons between them. Our theology and theirs. Ours is a unifying aspect of, or an approach to religion, and some others might not see it the same. You know, whether it's Sikhism and you in India, you know, they say, oh, we don't wear turbans because we're not Muslims. That's not why we wear turbans. But we know why they wear turbans, right? We know the origin of the turban, right? Just like in the Maurya Empire. We know the Maurya Empire, which was also in India, or was referred to as India today, that they were the first to propagate the teachings of Buddha. And we know that the root word of Maurya is Moorish or Moor, right? We know about, you know, Siddhartha Gautama and the Book of Gautama and the Eightfold Path, right? And what is another way for path? The way. We know in the Bible it says that Jesus is the way, right? The truth and the life. The way, but not the destination. So I want to thank you for your question, my brother. I hope that I was able
Praise Allah. Thank you very much. I did receive it very good.
Islam, Sister C. Silzil, and then you had a question about us? All right, Sister C. Silzil.
As you're reading, I just say praise the Lord. It was a great discussion and explanation. Just from number 10, it was great. At chapter 10, just the instruction that speaks about men, birds, and beasts and creeping things. These are deities made flesh. So I thought it spoke to specifically some of the things that were classified as deities. So that when you said that some people might classify it as a deity, it's not necessarily the angels because they speak to them as being messengers. And so it kind of separates the understanding to a degree, but I think it's a great thought. So it's definitely got my gears rolling. Thanks for the questions, Morris. I'm gonna be diving in. Peace and love.
Peace and love. And I'll be quick because we ain't got no time. There's certain temples in India where they worship animals, like the sister was talking about, with deities and all these animals, these creatures, all living things are deities. Made flesh. There's a temple in India today where they worship mice, rats. There's another, they worship cows. They worship a whole bunch, different animals. There's like temples specifically for the worship of particular animals. So, we don't worship the creation, but we know that Allah is within the creation, that there is a piece of Allah in all things. And so we can understand, but just like what Prophet Jesus said, he said, I'm just your brother, come to show you the way to Allah. Praise Allah. Islam. Without further ado, I'd like to turn your attention to our secretary. He reads the Islam, Brother Grand Sheikh.
Yeah, just real quick. So when we talk about Zeus, right? So it says here that Zeus's father was Kronos, and Kronos was a Titan. And then they say Kronos' father was Uranus. And so here it says, and Uranus emerged from primeval chaos, no father involved. So when we start going back, that's where you want to go back to that original as far as the causeless cause and the rootless root. So you could already see that Zeus had two fathers, Kronos and a Uranus. Peace.
Peace. Praise the Lord. Yeah, and just for clarity's sake, also you go into Roman theology. It's talking about the planets, the planetary alignments, and things like that. I believe it's pronounced Saturn. Saturny. Jupiter would be Zeus, the correspondence to Zeus, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, I'd like to turn your attention to our assistant secretary, as he reads the financial report.
Islam? More Sons Temple of America, Prophet Noah Drawley founder, finance received for Temple number 34 on March the 16th, 2025. Public collection received $11.25. Uplifting fund, $7.25. Travel fund, $7.25. Local building fund, $7.25. Coming out to a grand total of $33 and a total attendance of 17.
We are the financial report. What's the will and pleasure of the Moors? Brother Spalding Bay.
Islam. I move that the reading of the financial report and the report of attendance be accepted with any necessary corrections if there be any. Peace.
Can I get a second? Brother Adrian.
It's one of my, I second that motion.
It was moved by Brother F. Spalding Bay that the attendance be approved, and the attendance be accepted, and the financial report be approved with any necessary corrections if there be any. It was second by Brother R. Jordan Nail. We all heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? All those who are in favor, show by motion by voting. Any abstain? Any? Praise the Lord. Let the assistant secretary note that the motion has been carried. Praise the Lord. I'd like to thank the Moors for their participation financially, spiritually, physically, those who are with us in person, those who are with us on Zoom. Again, may Allah continue to bless you all as we get ready for this work week. Rise, face the east, feet at a 90-degree angle, 5 fingers on your left hand, 2 fingers on your right. As we repeat the Most American prayer after our Grand Sheik, Brother W, Clendenin Bay.
Aww.
And Sister Emma,
To me.
You said go ahead. Sister M. Serrano Bay.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah,
the Father of the universe.
Allah,
the Father of love,
truth,
truth,
peace,
peace,
Freedom.
and justice.
Justice.
Allah is my
Allah is my protector,
My
my
God.
God,
My salvation. My night. And my day. Through his holy prophet. Through Ali. Amen.
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 Peace, more.
Peace.
Peace.
Gratitude for the prayer, Sister M. Serrano Bay. Peace and love.
So we have the robot Grand Sheik.
No black sparrow this year?
I don't think so.
Allah, peace and love.
My daddy's so
What's going on with
proud
that
of
sparrow,
me
man?
now.
I didn't
Because
see
now
no
older I
video
get,
or anything
the
like that.
better.
Keeping a thought out, Brother Grand Sheik, travel safely. It's raining out that way. And Sister Jordan, I know it's affecting her powers. Just keeping a thought out for the Moors. Peace and love to you all. Travel safe.
Peace and love. Thank you, Sister Gracious.